neurological disorders in an integrated manner. He has published his work in several scientific research papers. So here's Dr. Singhal. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. I only have 15 minutes, so I thought I'll talk more practical demonstration of the breathing technique rather than the theory. I'll just quickly go through a few slides to give the background, then we'll do a practicum. I'll be teaching two breathing practices to you. One will be deep diaphragmatic breathing, and the second practice is called alternate nostril breathing. Commonly we call in yoga Nadi Shodhan Pranayam. Sometimes it is also called as Anulom Vilom Pranayam. So yesterday, two of the speakers already told you about the breathing importance. Breathing connects us from the external world to the internal world. Breathing has energy, we call prana in yoga. Breathing connects one human being to another human being. You must have heard of the aura, which consists of the energy and the prana. Breathing connects body from the mind. We have been talking about the mind-body connection. So breath connects the body from the mind. What happens to the body is registered in the mind through the breathing, energetically and information-wise. And what happens to the mind is communicated to the body through the breathing. So whenever you must have seen somebody has a kind of a fear, they just gasp, and there is a pause in the breathing. Or when somebody has some bad news, the breathing becomes very shallow. So breathing registers every emotion, and it's a very good technique for treating the emotions also. Breathing is the part of pranamaya kosh we have. We have 5 koshas, as you know. I won't go into those details, but we can improve our energy through the breathing exercise. So for those of you who want to do fasting, they can do breathing exercise that will also give them energy. Because food is not the energy source. Sunlight is the energy source. Water is the energy source. Mantra is the energy source. The energy vibration aura of the wise people is the energy source. So we should not only think food is the source. So doing a lot of japa and breathing during fasting can also help you. And breathing exercise is also a very good treatment for the physician burnout and also to make yourself more energetic. As I already said, breathing connects us body to the mind. So for all mind-body connections, breathing is the treatment of choice. We have a lot of unresolved things in our unconscious mind which we do not deal in a daily basis, and they cause us a lot of stress. So what breathing does, it brings more of those unconscious phenomena into our conscious mind, and that we can resolve a lot of our issues. At some point I can talk in detail about it. I had the whole presentation, but I'll just go through a few slides to you. We have 2 phases of breathing, inhalation and exhalation. So today we are going to focus more on those 2 phases. We are not going to create any pause. Now deep diaphragmatic breathing is very important. As you see the brown diaphragm, if you breathe from the diaphragm, as I will be demonstrating in the technique, as you inhale, your diaphragm will go down and your belly will come out. And as you exhale, your diaphragm will go in and belly will go in, and then you will exhale. So when you inhale, the diaphragm goes down, the belly goes out. When you exhale, the belly goes in and you exhale the breathing out. So we have to use our diaphragm. It's the most efficient way of using the breath rather than the chest muscles. Chest will move a little bit only. So as I said, as you inhale, diaphragm goes down, belly goes out. And as you exhale, belly goes in and diaphragm goes up. Diaphragmatic breathing has a lot of advantages. It improves the lung function, it reduces load on the heart, it lowers blood pressure. They have demonstrated for those who consistently breathe better. Systolic goes down about 8 to 10 millimeter and diastolic about 6 to 7 millimeter. It also balances our autonomic nervous system. Now, we don't have a place here to do it, but for doing diaphragmatic breathing, you can use a Savasana posture, where you will see your diaphragm going up. I demonstrated in the last year. Here we don't have enough space. And in the Makrasana or the crocodile, the upper position, as you exhale, as you inhale, the diaphragm will touch the ground, and you exhale, the diaphragm will recede. So these are very 2 good postures to practice at home in the morning at an empty stomach for diaphragmatic breathing. Today we'll be doing the diaphragmatic breathing in the sitting posture. You can also make a sandbag of 6 to 8 pounds of sand in a bag, and it acts like a weightlifter for the diaphragm. Diaphragm is a muscle which is not worked out very efficiently unless you are an aerobic trainer. So by diaphragmatic breathing, your diaphragm becomes stronger, and then your breathing also becomes longer. We are going to breathe deep, without any shallowness, without any jerk, without any noise, and remember, without any pauses. Sleep apnea syndrome has a lot to do with wrong way of breathing, besides the obesity also. The sign of caduceus controls the combination of right and left, the Pingala Nadi and the Ida Nadi, but in modern language you can call the sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic. For stress, sympathetic is responsible. For parasympathetic, Pingala is responsible. The alternate nostril breathing is very important to harmonize right brain and the left brain. Normally we end up using more of our left brain, so we should use this alternate nostril breathing to harmonize the brain. How many of you do nasal wash? Nasal wash is as important as brushing your teeth. Remember that. Because by doing the nasal wash, they have demonstrated the rate of allergy, nasal allergies goes down, asthma improves, and your breathing is better, and sometimes even a lot of subtle nasal blockages are removed. So most of us who are in the yoga tradition, we do nasal wash every day with the Neti pot, which is available in every grocery store, including Walgreen. If anybody wants to learn from me or Mataji, we can teach you. Very simple process to do. By controlling the breathing, you can control the lungs and the heart and the vagus nerve and the prana and ultimately the mind. As somebody had mentioned yesterday, those who live longer breathe slow. Dog lives 12 years, breathe only 40. Tortoise breathes 5 times, lives 200. Python also lives long. We normally breathe 16 times. The whole focus of breathing exercise is to slowly reduce the rate of breathing. They say you live not by the years but by the amount of breath you breathe every day. So as I mentioned, we will be teaching how to avoid the pause, which causes a lot of problem. They have demonstrated the pause is connected to high blood pressure, heart attacks and sleep apnea syndrome. So we will be harmonizing by alternate nostril breathing our sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. Right nostril is a heating nostril of the sun, the Pingala Nadi where ends. The left is a cooling nostril where the Ida Nadi ends. And our aim is to harmonize the right and the left and allow the breath to flow in the central channel, which is called the Shushumna Nadi, by which the energy moves up in the atmosphere. And as you know, we have a 90-minute nasal cycle, which is in scientific language is called infradian rhythm. So every 90 minutes, the breathing moves from right nostril to left nostril and from left nostril to the right nostril. And breath is also connected to the olfactory bulb and through the limbic system, or what we call rhinencephalon. And breath is very closely connected to emotions. Anytime you have any negative emotion, immediately go to breathing, either diaphragmatic breathing or alternate nostril breathing. So right nostril will be more heating nostril and activating, and left is more cooling. And the central nostril, where the energy flows, is more balancing, and that's what you want to achieve in a state of meditation. So alternate nostril breathing is a very good prelude before you go into a deeper meditation. They have demonstrated when the right nostril flows too much, you are more angry, your blood pressure is high, you are more acidic. When left nostril flows too much, you are more depressed, your digestion is weak, you feel lazy and drowsy. And when you do the breathing exercises, then you are much better. So let me demonstrate to you 2 breathing exercises. Sit with your both feet on the floor, back straight, head, neck and trunk in a straight line, because the energy flows to the spinal cord, remember, from the lower end, the pelvic plexus to the upper cranium. And put your right hand on your tummy and your left hand on your chest. And as you inhale, you will feel your belly will go out. So let's all inhale. As you inhale, your belly will go out, chest will not move much, and as you exhale, your belly will go in. Breathe comfortably and slowly. As you inhale, your right hand will go out. As the diaphragm will descend, the belly will go out. And at the end of the exhalation, immediately then start exhalation, your belly will go in. And when you finish your exhalation, then start inhaling, your belly will go out. So try to focus all your attention on the phase of inhalation and exhalation. At the end of inhalation, do not pause and immediately start the exhalation. At the end of exhalation, then immediately start the inhalation. Let inhalation merge into exhalation and exhalation merge into inhalation. Try to breathe as silently as possible. Allow no jerk, no noise, no pauses, and breathe as deeply as comfortably. Do not go beyond your capacity. So as you inhale, belly will go out. As you will exhale, belly will go in. Your upper hand of the chest will move very little. Once you get used to this deep diaphragmatic breathing, then your the hand on the chest will not move much. So this will allow the diaphragm to give you more efficient breathing, and it will be more relaxing. It will activate more parasympathetic nervous system, and it will definitely reduce your stress. So at least twice a day for a few minutes, 3 to 5 minutes, either in sitting position or if at home possible in the Savasana position, or we call corpse position, or in the crocodile makrasana, laying on your tummy. You can practice this breathing exercise. Once you do it regularly, then your body will get used to it even on a daily basis. Once you have done it for a few weeks, then you don't have to keep any hands. Mentally you can just do it as you're sitting. Focus on your breathing, keeping your head, neck and trunk straight. Visualize just in a mind's eye that your belly is going out as you inhale and belly going in. Nobody needs to know anything what you're doing. You just close your eyes. Let them feel you're sleeping. You can do it at your own time quietly. Tell people it's my quiet time. You can go to a room, do it. Inhaling, belly going out. Exhaling, belly going in. So this is deep diaphragmatic breathing. You can do in sitting position, in Savasana position, laying on your back, in Makrasana position, crocodile, laying on your tummy. This is the main basic breathing exercise which you will be doing for all the other breathing exercises. So this is deep diaphragmatic breathing. The second exercise, which is much more beneficial, is called alternate nostril breathing. I'll give a few pointers to you, then you can do it. Right nostril and left nostril. As I mentioned to you, every 90 minutes. There are cycles in the body, like there are circadian rhythms, day and night cycle. There are ultradian rhythms, like menstrual cycle. There is an infradian rhythm, like nasal cycle. So you will see sometime if you just put your hand like here and try to do like, you will see one nostril will be flowing more and one nostril will be flowing less. Can anybody see that? Just flow your hand. Do you see that? You can actually have a mirror also. You can see the vapors. The one nostril which is open will give you more vapors on the mirror. So, and you will see, just check which nostril you have, and after 90 minutes, the opposite nostril will be flowing. For eating food, remember the right nostril should be flowing for better digestion. People say I cannot digest. So for eating, for having better digestion, let the right nostril flow. For all active things, do the right nostril. For more passive things, do the left nostril. For meditation, allow both nostrils to flow by alternate nostril breathing. So the breathing will flow into the sushumna in the center, and then you can have a more peaceful mind. Okay? So one thing you need to know about nostril. Doing the nasal wash every day will clean the nasal passages very clean. Allergies will be less. Your sleep will be better. You will not snore that much. And you will have much more clarity in mind, because I told you, all the emotions are translated through the breath. When another person comes in our contact, his prana comes in our contact, the closer he is to us, we can feel him. And we can even intuit. So when your breathing is flowing in the central channel, you can have a better intuition. And you can know about people also what's going on with them. So that is about right and left nostril. So what we have to do it here, we have to close one nostril and then breathe from the other nostril. Then we close the other nostril, breathe from the other nostril. Two things you have to remember that. How to close the nostril. We use what we call a Vishnu Mudra, where you put the index finger, middle finger here, and these two fingers are out. This is class Vishnu Mudra. So I think it's pretty good in our tradition of Hare Krishna to know the Vishnu Mudra. These two fingers are touching the palm, and these two fingers are out and thumb is out. This is Vishnu Mudra. What we will be doing, what I practically do is, put your index finger and your thumb on the center of the forehead to rest. Thumb will be used to close the right nostril. Thumb, right nostril, ring finger, left nostril. Just remember this. Thumb, right nostril, ring finger, left nostril. Clear? Now if you want, you can put your hand inside these two fingers, or I rest it here, it's much better. So just watch me doing. Right hand on the right, thumb on the right nostril, ring finger on the left nostril, two fingers are resting. Is it comfortable for everybody? Or you can fold these two fingers if not comfortable, but I normally put two fingers on the forehead. Thumb will close the right nostril, ring finger the left nostril. Now one interesting thing, you don't have to create too much pressure. You see there's a bone here, most of you are physician, where the LI starts the end of the bone. You just gently press it, very gently, and the nostril will close. Nostril just needs a little indication, don't need to press like this, just gently like this. And with the ring finger, gently at the end of the cartilage, just gently press like this. Is it clear? Thumb for the right nostril, ring finger for the left nostril. At one time right, one time left. Any questions? Very light pressure on the end of the cartilage, just where the LI is there. LI knows I, okay? So thumb is right nostril, ring finger, left nostril. These two fingers are doing nothing. They are part of the Vishnu Mudra. So they are just sitting here. Now first listen and then you can practice. We will be taking one breath, inhalation and exhalation through left nostril. Okay? So the cycle will be left, right. 1, 2. Left, right. 3, 4. Left, right. 5, 6. And then 7, 8th and 9th, where hands will be on the thigh, and we'll breathe from both nostrils. So one breathing I'll do from here. One inhalation, exhalation will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hands on the thigh. 7 will be both nostrils. 8 and 9. These 9 breaths is called one cycle. Normally it takes from anywhere from 3 to 4 minutes. Whenever you are stressed for physician burnout, you can practice one round and you can get relaxed. Ideally, we do 3 rounds that they have found more therapeutic. It takes about 10 to 11, 12 minutes. But even one round, 3 to 4 minutes, I think everybody can do. If you do not have time, do deep diaphragmatic breathing. If you have 1 minute, do deep diaphragmatic breathing. If you have 3 to 4 minutes, do alternate nostril breathing. If you have 12 minutes, do 3 rounds of nostril breathing. Clear? Okay. And we'll be breathing diaphragmatically. Yes, just a second. And we'll be, just 1 second. We'll be breathing deeply without any noise, without any jerk, without any pauses. Yes, sir. We breathe from both nostrils equally. Yeah, both nostrils are breathing in and out because we have kept our hand here. We are not closing any nostril. So I'll repeat again. So 9 breaths, everybody is clear? 3 breaths from this, 3 breaths from this, and 3 breaths from both nostrils, nothing closed. Clear? Breath number 1, breath number 2, breath number 3, breath number 4, breath number 5, breath number 6. Hands on the thighs. Then 7, 8th and 9th breath are from both nostrils to harmonize the both nostrils and to balance the both nostrils. Clear, sir? Okay. Just focus me. I'll show you again, demonstrate if anybody...
Please wait for the mic to come. Just raise your hand.
Okay, sure. Yeah, please.
When we take the first breath, we'll be taking it out from the same nostril or the
same nostril. I am giving a little simplified version today for demonstration. Alternate nostril breathing has many ways of doing it. The more you get experienced, more complicated you make it. Okay, but today we will not be able to do it. So we'll be inhaling and exhaling from same nostril, then close. Inhaling, exhaling from nostril, close. Let me demonstrate to you what are you doing. Now remember, this is something very interesting and it goes along with the Hare Krishna philosophy. First we exhale, we give out, and then we receive. Normally there is a tendency to inhale, there is a tendency to get, tendency to receive. We do not give to people, we don't give out in terms of everything, love or money or whatever. So breathing teaches us exhale first. First cleanse yourself out. So remember, whenever I talk of breathing, it will start with exhalation. The more you exhale, the more you can inhale. That is the key. The less you will exhale, the less you will inhale. The more you give, the more you receive. Clear, sir? Okay. So I'll just demonstrate so you can just watch me right now. I put my hands here. I'm closing my right nostril. So exhale out. I inhale. I close this nostril. I exhale. I inhale. 2 breaths. Now third breath. I exhale. I inhale. I close this nostril. 4th breath. I exhale. I inhale. 4th breath. 5th breath. I exhale. I inhale. I close this nostril. The 6th breath. I exhale. I inhale. And I keep my hand on the thighs. Both nostrils are open. Then I breathe 7th breath. I exhale. Inhale. Now the 8th breath. Exhale. I inhale. The 9th and the last breath. I exhale. And I inhale. 1 round of Nadi Shodhan finished. Any other question before we start? Okay. 2 minutes left and we're going to finish the 1 round in 2 minutes. So keep your sit straight, feet on the floor. Hand hanging trunk straight is very important. Okay. Put your both hands, index and the middle finger on the forehead. And let's close the right nostril. Breath 1. We exhale and inhale from the left breath. Breath number 1. Exhale. Inhale. Close the left nostril. Breathe, exhale from the right nostril. Inhale from the right nostril. Close the right nostril. Now left nostril will exhale. Inhale from the left nostril again. Third breath, close the left nostril. Exhale from the right nostril. Inhale from the right nostril. Close the right nostril. Breath number 5 from the left nostril, exhale. Inhale from the left nostril. Close the left nostril. We'll breathe 6th breath from the right nostril, exhale from the right nostril. Inhale from the right nostril. Now put your both hands on your thighs and breathe your own 3 breaths from both nostrils, keeping your mind on the nostril in between the nasal passages, a place called philtrum. Keep all your attention on that and exhale and inhale 3 more breaths. Your whole vision and mind eye will be on the nostril. If any thought comes, bring it back to the breath awareness. So we take 3 breaths through both nostrils. So this is one complete round. For demonstration, I had to do it a little fast for the time, but at home you'll be doing more slowly, take your own time. The more you do this practice, more your breath will be slower, and it hopefully will improve your longevity. It will allow both brain to work together, so the breath can flow in the center, and it will take you into a deep state of meditation. Thank you very much.